feel free to pull in here a little close. We have some chairs for people. We knew we were going to have a good crowd. But I hope everybody's had an opportunity to get some water and Gatorade, and sandwiches. Have a lot of people to thank for helping us pull this event off. Nick Curcio from All Star Entertainment has helped us with our sound and our screens. Thank you, Nick. My name is David Bazanis. I am the president of the Oldham Chamber and Economic Development Office, and I am excited to be here today for us to celebrate what is the culmination of a tremendous effort that has taken place over many years across multiple disciplines and has brought us to a day where we get to announce and celebrate the opening of another very important piece of infrastructure in the development and growth of this community in the Grange Parkway. So we have been here working at this, and I've been fortunate to be in our office since 2009, and to hear about this road from being called Ring Road or that damn road or any number of things, it really gives you a sense of what it takes and how many people it takes to pull together an effort like this to move a community forward. And so we're here to say thank you to all those people. And, you know, I was preparing my comments for this event, and I was looking at the different groups of people who were going to be here, and I thought it would be best for me to address the building community and the brokerage community are here. So if you're a commercial developer, or a commercial real estate agent, or a builder, welcome to Oldham County. Thank you for being here. We have, over the course of all of this time, had a lot of people that were making an effort to grow our tax base, create a place where businesses could grow. And we know that you know a lot about our community. We know that we have the best school system in the state of Kentucky and a wonderful quality of life. You probably heard that North Oldham High School was voted the 9th best public high school in the United States by Newsweek magazine. You probably heard about our Arvin Center, which has taken trade vocations from shop class to auto shop to also include nursing and biomed and engineering. You've heard about our workforce, the highest educated, healthiest, and wealthiest workforce in the entire state of Kentucky. You knew those things before you came out here. But what we want you to know is that we've spent over $30 million on road projects and infrastructure improvements here to create a place for you to bring your clients and grow businesses, to grow jobs in this community for this workforce, to keep our people off of I-71 traveling around, and to help our small businesses grow. You need to know that we have a top employer here in the Rawlings Group that moved out here in 2005 with 500 employees, and since then has added over 1,000 new jobs at a $67,000 to $77,000 a year average salary, and plans on adding hundreds of more jobs by the end of next year. Yes, you can clap for that. That's good. We need that, and we want more of that. You need to know that Apellis Pharmaceuticals out of Crestwood issued an IPO last year and is currently being traded on the NASDAQ. You need to know about 3 new hotels that are coming into our community, and new drive-in theaters, and a home center, and new restaurants, and lots of exciting news that you see in the paper and whatnot. So thank you for being here. This is for you. This effort is so that you can bring your clients here and invest in our community, and we can all grow together. And we have a wonderful presentation. A lot of people who have been, you know, when we were putting together the list of people to thank and to have come speak, it really was a daunting list. So we are fortunate that we were able to be joined by our development partners and our local elected leaders. And to start our afternoon off, I was going to invite our chairman of the Transportation Committee from the Kentucky State Senate. Not United States Senate yet, right, Senator? Senator Ernie Harris, ladies and gentlemen.
Hasn't Oldham County come a long way in the past 20, 25 years? I look back when early 1990s, we had one improved road in the county, and that was the bypass of LaGrange going from I-71 into Crestwood. And now look at all the things that we've been able to do together with the Commerce Parkway, with this. It's just been a privilege to watch all this. In particular, with this, it's been a labor of love, and that I remember when Dwayne Murner was judge exec. He came to me with this proposal for this, and this had been brewing for a while, and it was my privilege. And if you think about timing is everything, here's the timing on all this. Ernie Fletcher was governor, And Dwayne came to me with this, along with the mayor and other community leaders, to say, we need this. So we started working on the overpass. We got that done, and we got that started and the ball rolling with the Fletcher administration. After that, when we did the ring road here, it was my privilege to work with the Bashir administration on the ring road on the Parkway. I remember going to his chief to say, we need this road. This is what it's going to cost. And I've got three options. I've got the Chevy, the Buick, and the Cadillac. And I said the Chevy's the road is just the road. The Buick would be with the extra lane over there, and the Cadillac would be with lanes on both sides. So he looked at me and said, well, I can't promise you anything, but how about if we try for the Buick? Well, we got the Buick with the road and then the other lane. But I tell you what, this is so impressive. It's a Cadillac to me. The final... And then the final privilege I've had to work is with the Bevan administration, because in this road plan we've got money dedicated. We've got federal money dedicated to start the construction on the Diamond Interchange in 2020. They're doing design, all this stuff right now, and then there's another $6 million dedicated in the next frame. So this new Diamond Interchange is going to cost us about $20 million. The money's guaranteed. Mike Hancock, where are you, Mike? Right there. Mike Hancock has been the guy that I've worked with for years and years on road projects, and he's a dear friend. And Mike, you had an integral part of this. Thank you. I apologize, I have to leave to go to Frankfurt for a meeting, but it's a privilege to work with all of you to bring this to fruition. And I'll let others speak to the economic development boom this is going to cause for Owen County. Thank you for the privilege of addressing you. I apologize, I have to leave, and just take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Harris. And now we'd like to hear from our Speaker of the House of Representatives, David Osborne.
Thank you, David. Thank you all for being here to celebrate this opening. I'm going to be relatively brief because there's only so much you can say about asphalt and keep people entertained. But there is considerably more that can be said about Ernie Harris. I will tell you, we're all politicians. We love to take credit for everything. But this is the culmination of years of dedication and work by Ernie, who refused to take no for an answer, who refused to allow obstacles to get in his way, and it's a great testament to his work as chair of the Transportation Committee, and shows how valuable he is to this community. Also want to thank Judge Murner. Thank you for your vision over the years. Judge Vogel, thank you for all the city councilmen, the magistrates. Thank you all for your dedication to this project over the years. For several years, I have watched road money that was slated for areas around here. How many times do we hear people say, people have been talking about that road for 20 years. And it is a pleasure to now, instead of seeing that money go to build roads to nowhere, it's a pleasure to see those dollars stay right here where they're creating jobs in our community, and they are building economic prosperity throughout the Louisville region, which is truly the economic driver of Kentucky. Thank you to Hollenbach Oakley, Talmadge, you and your crew for the work that you all are doing on this project. And this is kind of what we have talked about for the last several years, and it's what we have talked about since we have become the majority party in the House, and that is making Kentucky a better place to do business. And that has ranged the gamut of things, whether it be from pro-business legislation that we passed to the beginnings of tax reform to make Kentucky a more business-friendly place, to infrastructure funding. And that is a large credit to Governor Bevan and his SHIFT initiative that has focused road dollars on places where economic prosperity and economic development is occurring. And granted, there are needs throughout the state, but we've got to continue to focus on those areas that are producing jobs and producing opportunity here in Kentucky, and those visions are paying benefits right now. They're bearing fruit throughout the Commonwealth, and it is a pleasure to be a part of this, and hopefully it'll be bearing fruit here in Oldham County soon. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for all you continue to do.
Great. And with that, I'd like to invite our Judge Executive, David Vogel, to the stage.
Watch my step. I used to be better on steps than I am right now. And, I've only got one page here, so don't get too nervous. I'd like to welcome you all. This is, if you're not in Oldham County every day, this is actually a very typical day in Oldham County. Sun shines all the time in Oldham County. Things are always better. The air is cleaner. The people are smarter. They're more polite. Just all the positives that we have here this morning we're all enjoying and saying what a wonderful morning, but this is really a typical morning in Oldham County. Before I give my thank yous, I want to apologize to somebody, a real estate agent. I know there's a number of real estate agents here this morning. Somebody came from that direction, told me they were pulled over by Oldham County Police. The officer came up to the window and said, "Can I see your real estate license, please?" And he said, "Don't you mean driver's license?" He said, the policeman said, "No, I mean real estate license, and not everybody in Kentucky has a driver's license." But and that's for the real estate folks, and they know there's a lot of people out there, but all the best agents are here today, and we so much appreciate you. Life is full of wonderful things, and the waiting for our wits to grow sharper and our patience to grow thinner over a period of time eventually winds up in the fruition of something. I think Senator Harris has alluded, really stated how long it took to get to the point we are this morning. Oldham Reserve has been an idea that came about back in 2005. There's been steady progress here, and there's more to come. I'm so excited about the diamond ramps that he talked about on the interchange coming. It's going to open another way into our park. I want to salute, before anyone, I want to salute the Oldham County Road Department that's here today. And I'm not in the Grange Public Works Department. I'm sure someone is here from there today as well. I mentioned to them when we opened this, I said, I'd like the curb and gutter so clean you could eat off it. And they've all done a wonderful job of making this drive really shine, and something we're all proud to sit here this morning, and we're so anxious to see what's going to happen. And I know in the future, John and Talmadge and Greg Oakley and others who are here today will be bringing people out here, and we want you to really feel proud when you arrive somewhere and say, hey, I am somewhere. This is a county that's a great county to live in. It has wonderful housing, cheaper than you're going to find anywhere else in the country for the same dollar. We've got a wonderful school system that we can't brag enough about. And these are huge attractions. We're getting more lodging, more restaurants, more of everything that people want as amenities when they're not at work. They're coming to Oldham County, and it's because of all the people standing here. No one individual is raising the bar in our community. It's our fiscal court, it's our legislative representatives, it's our city council members, it's our school employees. Everybody is trying to put our best foot forward at all times. So I hope you realize that during your visit here today, and just really support us, join with us. We're part of a regional effort to attract people to this part of the country, to do their business, to have a wonderful place to live, and for us we're sharing our resources gladly with people. We haven't begrudged people moving here. The doors have been open. People who lived in this county many years have welcomed people to Oldham County in a way that you may not have been welcomed in other places. But we want to retain our quality of life. I've said it before, I'm saying it again this year. Our quality of life is not for sale. We want to retain what keeps Oldham County, Oldham County. There's no shortage of people who would like to live here, and I'm sure when more people learn about it, no shortage would like to work here in good businesses. So help us support that cause. This is a long-awaited day. We've all thought about it for a long time. And on behalf of myself and our fiscal court members who are here today, I'd like to thank Senator Harris, who was the point person on delivering the money for this project and for our bridge in our diamond ramps. He's done a tremendous job. He could not have done it without the support of David Osborne in the House. The Senate does not pass anything on its own. David has done a great job of carrying our story forward in the House and will continue to do that. People who are of the impression that it doesn't matter or we can change seats in our legislative assembly don't realize that we have people in our county now who have influence and direction where we don't want to exchange for people that are going to sit in the back and have no say on anything. At least I don't. We've got tremendous leadership now, and we want to keep it that way. I want to thank Senator Harris as chairman of the Transportation Committee, Speaker Osborne from the House of Representatives. Mike Hancock was recognized over here. I'm going to do it again. Mike's an amazing individual. He spent 40 years with the Transportation Cabinet. He started as a planning engineer. I won't say that's the lowest on the rung, but it might have been in that particular skill set. But he rose to the top and spent the last 7 years as the Secretary of the Transportation Cabinet. The third day I was in office as county judge, John Black and I went to see Mike, and we said, we need help in Oldham County. We made many trips there to Oldham County. Mike was always receptive, always willing to help. Just a great guy. And Mike, we thank you very much for everything you've done for our county. You're from Princeton, Kentucky, but you're an honorary resident of Oldham County, and we certainly appreciate you. I don't know if Matt Bullock's here today or Kevin Bailey's here from District 5. Kevin spearheaded a tremendous amount of this project until he moved on to a slightly different position, but he's still with us in spirit. And Kevin's the man who's going to get the light poles for downtown LaGrange, and so we talked about it. It's not his fault. He's tried. The manufacturer went out of business. They've got, they were just trying very hard to get them, and they are coming. And so I appreciate, Kevin, everything you have done. Kristen Fuchs is here. Where's Kristen? There she is. Kristen has been our environmental consultant, and you may not have ever heard of the firm of Red Wing, but Red Wing helps people stay on the right side of the Corps of Engineers, and she has done a tremendous job with that project for us. So thank you very much, Kristen, for everything you've done. The members of the Oldham County LaGrange Development Authority are here today. Everybody raise their hand or step forward. We've got Bob Dye, Jim Tutt, Dwayne Murner, John Black. Is anyone else here? Blake Hazelton didn't raise his hand, but I thank these people. You don't know how often they meet, how long the meetings are. They are continually sifting through every detail, trying to make this the best project they can possibly make it. And every one of them has done a tremendous job. And they meet at 8 in the morning. Others are on their way to work somewhere else or home sleeping, don't know what's happening. These people are out taking care of Oldham County. Thank you so much. Jim Urban, our planning director, is here today. And I don't see Belinda Demas. It's Belinda. Oh, there's Belinda. Jim and Belinda from our planning department have also carried a tremendous amount of paper and thought process and helped us move everything forward here. So thank you very much on that. David from the Chamber of Commerce, David Bazanis. Okay, I say I'm our #1 cheerleader. David and I have to arm wrestle over it. David's out promoting Oldham County all the time. And I want to recognize OR partners. We have Greg Oakley, John Hollenbach, Telmy Chalker sitting here. They have worked closely with us now for, I guess, about 5 years, isn't it? And they have done a great job of trying to bring people out here, show them what we have, and to sell our best foot forward at all times. And we're giving them a good boost here with this. I know they're excited about what they find, and will be proud to bring people out. Won't have to hang their head in any way that something here is not as great as it could possibly be. So good luck to you guys. We're counting on you to come through for us, and I know you will. And I mentioned earlier our road department, and thank you, those guys. I don't know if they may have gone back to their jobs, but there are people, when things look nice, they didn't happen by accident. It's because someone got out there and got it done. And the road department and Grange Public Works Department have done a tremendous job. So thank you for listening. That was probably a little more than one page, but I just need notes to prompt me. But anyway, thank you very much for being here.
All right, at this time, I'd like to invite Mayor Davenport, Joe Davenport, from the city of LaGrange.
Thank you, David. Well, I'm here to welcome everybody to the grand opening of LaGrange Parkway and Broker event. You know, I got so excited 3 years ago when the bridge we had the dedication of the bridge. That was September 26th of 2015. I hadn't been in office that long, and that was an exciting event. Then here today we are 3 years later, and we're just moving forward, and that's part of it. So, you know, there's so many people involved in this is a joint undertaking for all of us. You know, everybody's been thanked, but for Senator Ernie Harris, Speaker David Osborne, it just means the world to have that so much support. Kentucky Transportation for their dedication, releasing the bid. For Louisville Paving, done a fantastic job on this road. It is beautiful. The shared walk path, it's something to stand here and be proud of. So there's so many people to thank. I think the judge has covered most of them, but you know, my staff, LaGrange City Hall, my city council, we have some of those here today. It takes all the support, the departments, all the departments, even police department, LaGrange Public Works, the input that LaGrange Utility meets with all those. That pretty much covers mine. We've got a great future here. I know Judge is working, and we get Eden Parkway over here extended. That's going to open up tremendous. It's going to have traffic. It's great they'll be able to drive in and see our anchor tenant, the Rawlings Company. That's going to be fantastic. So we've just got a lot to look forward to. Our developer partners, Hollenbach, Oakley and Hawker, it's going to be tremendous for them to get out here and show this property to us. So, you know, as far as we moving, it's great news to hear that the interchange is coming on 71. It just doesn't get any better that we can be proud of. You know, Oldham County Chamber, they're just economic development is just great, and as Judge mentioned, the older board. How many hours do we spend? You know, start at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, 12:30 every day. It's just tremendous to what the older board has done. The input from our developers when they attend and give us their updates. So we've just got so much to be proud of. So Jim Irvin always comes and gives us a update on everything that's going on with us for the older board. So it's just tremendous. So, Christian, thanks for your input when you come for the Red Wing, and it's just amazing. And like I say, it's just a joint undertaking. We've all bonded together, and look what we've got today. So thank each and every one of y'all. Thank you for being here.
All right. We have a couple more speakers. This is 2.5 miles of road that at the other end actually goes through a pond we refer to as Pond 5, which now there's an upper and a lower Pond 5. And what some people may not know is when you have fish in a pond, you can't just get rid of them. You can't have a fish fry. You have to move them somewhere else. And so the fish that were in Pond 5 were actually taken out of that pond. This is true, taken out of that pond and put in a pond in Cherokee Park. And every day I wake up, I think a little bit about what must be going through those fish's minds, leaving Oldham County to go live in Cherokee Park. Well, these schools are terrible, you know? Thank you, thank you. It was worth it. It was worth it. Took a while. Took a while. Thank you again for being here. I'm going to introduce our chairman of the Oldham LaGrange Development Authority, who's been a great friend and very wonderful to watch work on this project. So, Mr. Jim Tutt.
Thank you, David. Well, I had a few prepared remarks, but I think Judge Vogel probably covered about 90% of them. So. But I do hope that I don't get pulled over on the way out of here because I don't have a real estate license. My wife does, though, so but she's not here today. I've got a few thank yous to give, but we have said thank you to a lot of really wonderful people who've been involved in this project, and I want to echo those. I want to talk a little bit about LaGrange Parkway as a milestone, and the opening of the Parkway represents a major milestone towards the fulfillment of a vision that our community leaders have had for the future of the city of LaGrange and Oldham County. This vision began in 2004, roughly, when nearly 1,000 acres of land was purchased in a joint venture with the city and the county, with the goal of creating a master plan development, which we now call Oldham Reserve. The vision was to create a pathway for future growth. Should have got a piece of riprap there over there to block this down. That's good, thank you. And the vision was to create a pathway for future growth. If you don't have a road, how do you grow? If you don't put the road in, and someone wants to build a building, where do they go? You have to start somewhere. And the vision for LaGrange Parkway and for Oldham Reserve was to create a pathway for that future growth, setting a consistent expectation for quality development. That's key, which would foster high quality, sustainable jobs, diversify the property tax base, and balance our economy by creating a self-supporting environment where our citizens can live, work, shop, and enjoy leisure activities all within the community. That's our goal. That's why we're here. That's what the vision is for this area. And I think it's a grand vision. I think it's one that's highly worthy. The fulfillment of this vision got off to a great start with and it also established a really high bar for the future development with the announcement that the Rawlings Company was relocating here from downtown Louisville in 2005. And since coming here in 2007, they've added, as David said, over 1,000 jobs. They now employ 1,500 people. That's a huge number. I mean, if you think about if you had 10 companies that came to town and had 150 each, that's the same thing. I mean, just because you haven't sold an extra 10 acres doesn't mean that you haven't created and have accomplished the vision. They have built 3 beautiful buildings, and they're planning for a 4th. And that has diversified the property tax base. The goal was to provide the ability to have commercial development to complement the residential development in this community, so that we weren't just building homes, which inherently would require continued expansion of the school system. This is to create a balanced economy. You have to have commercial development. You also have to have jobs where people can come to work without having to get on the interstate. And one of the things that's really interesting about the Rawlings Company is that if you think about, they've added 1,000 new jobs. 500 of those new jobs are Oldham County residents. 1 out of 2. That's pretty darn significant, right? And so I think we're accomplishing the mission here as we go. And what I'm excited about is what's going to come as we move forward. I think that this, if you look at all the beauty of this road, if you look at the curb cuts, and you can envision the future of this area as off every one of those curb cuts is an opportunity for future development. It's an opportunity for people to have the ability to work in a beautiful community, to support each other, to eventually also have housing where they can live near where they work. Imagine being able to ride a bike to your office. I think that would be that's a wonderful thing, and that's the kind of vision that the community leaders have for Oldham Reserve. Going all the way back to when Fran Scott was part of the team that put the master plan together. They wanted a the community leaders they had a vision for something that was more than we currently had, that was beautiful, that was functional, that fostered quality of life. And I think we're well on our way in doing that. I'm going to pass through a couple of things. Let's see. Many people don't realize this, but we funded this. This road was funded in the 2014 legislative session, and I wanted to thank you. I wanted to give a big thank you to Speaker Osborne. Thank you so much to Senator Ernie Harris. It was really interesting to hear him talk about his efforts through 3 administrations to bring the improvements together to move this project forward. I want to thank Mike Hancock for his efforts. Most people don't realize this, but after we were approved for funding, and we faced a bit of a crisis when a shortfall in gas tax revenues caused a reevaluation of the road projects in the pipeline. We were at a point, actually, where it appeared in August of 15 that if we did not complete the bidding process and award the contract for Grange Parkway by December, that the project would basically go on indefinite hold. And we asked John Black to kind of be our point person to spearhead making sure that we got through the process to get this road done, to get the plans solidified, to get the bids out, to get the bids back, to get the project awarded. And Mike, I actually thought you were going to lock the doors of the transportation building every time you knew John was coming to town, because he was not going to take no for an answer. So John, great job well done. I want to say thanks to the project team, and in particular, I'd also like to Judge Vogel has mentioned the members of the older board. I want to thank each of you individually, and really want you to know how much I appreciate your efforts. Judge Murner, thank you. Blake Hazelton, thank you. John Black, thank you. Bob Dye, we appreciate you. Thank you. George Flickner, I don't think he's here today. He's probably the newbie still on the board. He's got a background on the Corps of Engineers, and he's been very, very helpful. Yeah. I want to make a special acknowledgement to the former Older Board Chair, Don Basham, and Don's dedication and expertise with the Army Corps of Engineers was really instrumental in advancing Oldham Reserve and the LaGrange Parkway project. And without his efforts, I don't think that the project would have happened. I want to thank the tireless efforts of former Oldham County Chamber and Economic Development Executive Director Dina Karam. And I want to also thank the current Oldham County Chamber and Economic Development Executive Director, David Bazanis. Thank you, David. Great job. And thank you to your staff, too. They really have done all the heavy lifting for the Older Board for a long time. Appreciate your efforts very much. I want to thank Red Wing for keeping us out of trouble with the Army Corps of Engineers. If you've seen the signs kind of as you drive through here, they're pretty a little daunting actually, but that's kind of what's required to designate the ecologically preserved areas that we were required to set aside as part of our environmental permit. And Kirsten Fuchs, we appreciate you very much, and your partner Neil. Thank you very much. I want to thank the guys at District 5, Matt Bullock, Kevin Bailey, and Kyle Parks. You guys have kept this thing moving, and really when we needed to address a few things, you stepped up, and we really appreciate it very much. Thank you. I want to thank Louisville Paving for their efforts. Done a remarkable job in bringing this project together. And so there was a point in time when this project was just really there was just a lot of dirt being moved around, where we had a period where basically where we are right now was under about 8 feet of water. And it was just about, we basically had a 100-year flood event in this immediate area, and it caused all kinds of issues. And Louisville Paving really stepped up and helped us address those issues and persevered and delivered a quality road project. And wanted to thank Joe Doherty, the president, as well as Kenny Roller and Carolyn Benet, who is here today. Thank you, Carolyn. We appreciate it. Thanks to Jim Urban. He's been thanked before, but it's a thankless job, and you do a great job, and we appreciate your efforts and everything you do for Oldham County. Last, I want to thank our partners, John Hollenbach, Greg Oakley, Talmadge Hawker, and Chris George, and appreciate everything you guys do to help us coordinate and put our best foot forward, and we know good things are coming. And now we have the opportunity to show it off, right? As you can see with your own eyes, the beauty and quality of LaGrange Parkway continues to reinforce the expectation of quality in future development, and it will serve as the backbone of the infrastructure for Oldham Reserve as we look forward to the future. Our goal for that future is very simple. We want to anticipate the needs of future businesses in the development community. We want to be ready to respond and collaborate with you to move a project forward when the opportunity presents itself. Our ask is that you consider Oldham Reserve as an option for every project and give us the opportunity to make our case through our development partners and through David Bazanis, our Executive Economic Director. At this time, I'd like to turn the podium over to our development partners, John Hollenbach, Talmadge Hawker, and Greg, are you going to come up? Or?
I'm going to wait for the first building.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you, Jim. I don't want to be redundant, but you cannot say enough for David Osborne and Senator Harris and Judge Vogel, and for all the leadership of all the politicians here. I will say that I was impressed with your all's, well, you delivered beautiful speeches. The jokes, they go to Judge Vogel. Yeah. And Judge, I don't mean to take a disagreement with you, but we've done that before. My first meeting here was in 2005, I believe. I was talking with Judge Murner. And we met with the OCEDA board, and we were at the Cracker Barrel. And during that meeting, the first thing, the group shared their vision, and their vision was for Oldham County to be to Louisville as Cool Springs is to Nashville. And I can specifically remember saying that in order for that to happen, we're going to have much improved roads. We're going to have access off of the interstate, all of which seem like daunting tasks. And I am so proud to be involved today. But not only that, I knew that it was too big of a project for me to do alone. And I reached out to my good friend John Hollenbach with Greg Oakley and his fine company, and we were able to form a venture, and I'm so proud to be working with John and his group, and I want to turn it over to John Hollenbach. That's how you keep it short.
Yeah. You always need to keep it short when you go last, that's for sure. I just want the people of Oldham County to know how well represented they are, without going through all the thank yous that we've heard so often today. The way that the judge and the mayor and the speaker and the senator and the board work together, the way they've worked with us, this is a great example of a true public-private partnership. On behalf of Hollenbach Oakley and the entire Hocker Group team, our objective here is to do what Talmadge referenced a little bit earlier, to create thousands of jobs for this community and hundreds of millions of dollars of investment, and to do it in a park and with a quality that the people of Oldham County can be proud of. We're committed to doing that. If we don't make any money. So the objective we have here has from the very beginning to create what Oldham County wants in terms of a commercial base. There will be other components to this park because of the breadth of the property that we're referring to, but we know what the objective is, we know what the board wants, we know what the mayor and the judge want, and we're here to deliver on that promise. So they'll be holding us accountable as they have the whole time, and we'll be holding ourselves accountable. But we look forward to working with you all, and we look forward to creating something that you all are truly, truly proud of. So thank you all for your trust.
We appreciate your time and being here, and we thank you. There are so many people to thank, and I know that you've been sitting through a lot of those thank yous, but thank you so much again. All of you have contributed your time and talent to being here. This is an exciting time for us. So please, if you have questions, we will be around. If you want to talk about doing some deals in Oldham Reserve, we've got our team ready to go. So have a safe day. And we have a gift for everyone if you would like. There's some bourbon balls you can take with you on your way home. So have a safe time. And we'll see you soon. Thank you.